Hi everybody, I'm Richard Ramos, author and founder of Parents on a Mission, and I want to talk to you today about what I believe about parenting. Because I believe that parents are in such a crucial and vital role and the answer to so many issues that families are dealing with all over the country. I mean, we're hearing all kinds of things. You've heard them, shootings at schools, drugs, all the stuff that we've heard. I don't even have to name it. You know what I'm talking about. So I want to talk to you how I believe that the answer is not some program out there, but it's you. It's you, mom and dad. As a matter of fact, one of the nuggets that we teach parents all the time is this little saying: parents cannot be replaced with programs. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but let me just tell you a little bit about my background and my story. I was raised by a single mother in Northeast Los Angeles, a place that's very heavily gang infested, all kinds of violence and things like that. But my mother was a single mother. She raised 5 children on welfare and food stamps. I mean, I remember when we used to go to the store, we didn't pay with money. She would tear coupons out of a coupon book. I didn't ever even think anything of it. But here's the point. My brother and my 3 sisters, being raised in that environment, alcoholic father was not part of our life. The only time he'd come around, he'd be drunk and violent, all those kinds of things. But yet, all my 3 sisters and my brother and I, we made it. We made it out. We're all doing well. Why? Because of the influence and the love of my mom. And so, see, that right there to me is something that's not being emphasized enough. This website, POMparents.com or Parents on a Mission, that's what it's about. And I come from a background where I understand the violence, the drugs, the gangs. Now, you may not be dealing with that, but that's the background I come out of. And living in that environment, it was so easy to get involved in those kinds of things. But who I am today, I'm a dad. I mean, at my core, at my essence, I love being a father. I have 5 children of my own, and I'm very proud of my 5 children. But being honest, it wasn't always easy. It hasn't been easy being a dad, being a stepdad, being a father. It's hard work. The mother of my children died of breast cancer in 1994. When my kids were very young. And that turned our world upside down. So I love being a parent, I love being a dad, but it hasn't always been easy. We've had some hard times. My kids at that time, my oldest son was 19, my boys were 19 and 15, my girls were 12, 10 and 8. And I didn't handle that part of my life very well. I mean, here I was, happily married, perfect marriage, and the next thing I know, I'm single again with 5 children. And I wish I could say that I handled that real well, but I didn't. There were some years in there that, things didn't always go real well. But because of being that dad, having a heart for my kids, we've pulled through, we've done well. And as I said, I'm very proud of all my children. Today, I'm a stepdad. And the 12 years that I've been a stepdad, my wife, who has 3 kids, so together we have 8. The Mexican Brady Bunch, as I like to say. We have 8 grandchildren, 1 on the way. And that hasn't been easy. Being a stepdad, when you're a man and you enter into the life of a woman who has boys, and her 2 sons were older already. They were already teenagers, except for the 2-year-old who is now 16 years old at home. It hasn't been easy, but I just want to say this to you. As moms and dads, as parents and step-parents and blended families, we can make it. We have a role to play that is so crucial. And I want to offer you in this website, through articles, through DVDs and videos and books and things like that, free information that'll help you in the role that you're playing as a mom or a dad or a single parent. And some of the products that we will sell, we sell them, but mostly it's free and you can come here and receive that information. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Parents on a Mission. See, in Parents on a Mission, we don't blame mom and dad for everything, but what we do is we name you as the #1 asset in the community. You are the #1 asset in the community, and that needs to be taught and emphasized more. As I said, parents cannot be replaced by programs, and it seems like that's what society has tried to do, especially with at-risk children and kids that are having a hard time. We create a program. That's fine, those things are good, but they're always focused on the youth. Think about this. We focus on the rebellious behavior of youth, but we don't focus on the dysfunctional role of parents in the home. And that's why I do what I do. I spent many years intervening into the lives of youth, at-risk youth, high-risk youth, and I think I've helped a lot of people. But after a while, I learned that I couldn't do it by myself and that I needed to intervene into and encourage and inspire parents, mothers and fathers, and that's why I created the program, Parents on a Mission. Now, let me give you another point that we make, or principle or nugget that we share with parents. It does not take a village to raise a child. Now, you all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, but I don't believe that. I believe it takes mom and dad to raise a child. I believe the community can help, the village can help. But when you say it takes a village to raise a child, that gives people the mentality that the responsibility is on the community or on the village, and that's not where it needs to be. It needs to be on me and you. So in order for us to do that, we have to be leaders. And that's what Parents on a Mission is about. It's teaching parents how to lead ourselves. Because unless we can lead ourselves, how can we lead our children? We are their role model. We are their example. They're learning from us. They're watching us. They're listening to us. And so as leaders, we have to look within ourselves, and we teach those principles throughout Parents on a Mission. And on this website, I'll be teaching you and helping you understand those kinds of things. Now, I also want to mention this to you as I close this out. Let me talk about two more things. See, parents today have to understand that you are in a competition. Every day you are in a competition for the heart, soul, and mind of your child. I believe that in America today, every child is at risk. Think about it, mom and dad. Think about the music, the media, the magazines, the movies that our kids are seeing, the television programs today. I mean, they are being bombarded with messages. What are we doing about that? Are we countering that? See, that takes leadership. That takes awareness. So I'm saying to you, you are in a competition for the heart, mind, and soul of your child. And here's the key. The key is we have to win the loyalty of our children, the loyalty of their heart, mind, and soul. How do you do that? You do that by earning their respect. Too many parents demand the respect of their children. And what happens is this. When children are little, they're not disciplining them. And so therefore, when they get older and they start wanting to do whatever they want to do, parents start demanding respect. Well, it's too late. It's too late. You had to earn their respect when they were small. We teach those kinds of principles. So for example, we have a teaching, it's called the Home Field Advantage. And we teach the 3 roles. We teach a time frame of 12 years. And in that 12-year span, because statistics say that most kids who get in trouble, join gangs, start using drugs and things like that, do it between the ages of 12 to 15. So what we do is say, okay, mom and dad, that gives us the advantage. Why? Because from 0 to 12, our children are pretty much with us most of the time. So from 0 to 2, we teach parents in that time frame, you are in the role of a gardener, of a nurturer, of a soul builder, and we talk about how to do that. Then from the time frame from 2 years old to 5 years old, now we're in the role of a trainer using discipline to teach our children authority and obedience and things like that, and boundaries in their lives. And then from the ages of 5 to 12, now we're sending our kids to school. They're in school for the next 12 years. And now we step back and we're like in the role of a coach or a life coach. And that's a role, as a matter of fact, all 3 of these roles are roles we never stop playing. It's just that understanding that in that 12-year window, we have the advantage if we know what to do. So these are the kinds of things that we teach in Parents on a Mission, and the kinds of things that I will be sharing with you as you come back to this website. Now, some people say, well, Richard, I understand I need to win the loyalty and I understand I need to earn their respect, but how do I do that? Well, I don't have time in this video to teach you everything about those things, but I'm going to give you one nugget. In order to win the respect of our children and their loyalty, it takes the emotional maturity to admit when we're wrong, apologize, and ask for forgiveness. That will pay you huge dividends. I can't tell you how many children I've counseled, young people who have told me their mom and dad never admit they're wrong and they never say they're sorry. But it wins you huge dividends when your children get older. How do I know? Because you're looking at a father who's made a lot of mistakes and who's had to ask for forgiveness and admit that I was wrong. But today, as my children are adults, I have a fantastic relationship with all of them, and that's what you want. So listen, again, I'm Richard Ramos. I'm the author and founder of Parents on a Mission. This website is built for you, mom and dad, so you can come here, find some answers, find some solutions, and find some inspiration. So I appreciate you watching the video, and I'll see you next time.